Okay, and we're off to a quick start with Valkyrie picking up lead for Team Ontario. Valkyrie will call that one off after picking up 4 points. All right. So, if you're just joining us, this is our third game of Flat Track Fever. We've got the NF Bombs versus Team Ontario.
That'll be Nat Attack. No, sorry. Beef Papa is going to be jammer for Team Ontario. Going up against Smash and Dash for the Bombs.
Beef Papa gets through on the outside and picks up 4 more points for Team Ontario.
So skating for the Bombs, we got 1111, Joe means Joe. 1129, repeat. 14, Cakes. 1704, Trouble. 315, Toast and Jam. 4, Pay the Pain. 4242, Smash and Dash. 4321, Mao. 4468, Buns. 713, Rennie. 75, Bam.
Does not need to pass it.
Chasing down Joe.
NF Bombs choosing to run this one. And it looks like it's going to pay off. Joe's going to pick up 4 more points. Kilohertz still stuck in the pack. Pay the Pain, Killerella, Dame Tamer, and Toast. Oh, Keller out there. Giving Kilohertz a hard time out there.
Change color when we get to 5, 6, and 7.
RV out there now. I believe that is the captain for Team Ontario, picking up lead.
Smash and Dash, oh. Took the outside there by Writer's Block.
V with a really nice dip down around the outside, picks up a quick 4 points.
What? Oh, I sure do have sponsors. Why, our sponsors. Oh, where'd that piece of paper go? Folk Mobility Chiropractic is sponsoring the Jam line. WFTDI Insurance is sponsoring the Penalty Box. And Roller Derby Level Up is sponsoring the scoreboard. So there's the tickets that you can get your draw for the carriage house. There's just a reminder to give. Yeah, so it's a carriage house. You get a one-night stay. So yeah, the tickets that you get when you come in, they're good. It's good for one stay donated by the Heritage Carriage House. It's a dine and stay package, which includes one night stay in a premium room, the full hot breakfast buffet for up to 2 people, $50 credit to any of their 4 food and beverage outlets, valued at up to about $350. And then Rydell Skates is also donated $250 gift certificate. Get some more skate gear. You always need more.
That's awesome. Oh, you know what else is awesome? M-Ski Hammer picking up a quick lead on the outside.
Sneaks a couple points. Calls it at 4.
Yes.
Closes that lead to only 2 points now. And then there's team merch, just kind of in the corner there. Looks like Toronto's setting up right now, looks like. So I think that's the dictator setting up some swag.
All right, looks like the officials are taking another time out to fix something or other. While you're waiting, you can head on back to our vendor village. We've got Nerd Skates set up over by where you first come in. We also have Team Merch set up at the back table and Bad Girlfriend Skates.
You're right here.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Joe got called for a cut there. That's Beef Papa jamming for Toronto or Ontario. I want to say Toronto.
Well, some of them might be from Toronto.
Probably a couple. Pretty much all of Southern Ontario is Toronto to me.
I've pretty much only been to the airport. Wondering if they have a little surfing in Ontario, because that was a really beautiful surf move by Beef Papa around the outside. Joe back on the track.
Excellent work there by Repeat, cycling Papa back. Beef Papa calls that jam, was able to score 4 points.
That will be our biggest jam so far this game. 12 going to Beef Papa.
So we smash and dash, now jamming up against Nerdy Birdie.
Oh, D-Ray's got the mop, clean up on aisle 1.
Clean up in aisle 1, clean up in aisle 1.
Nerdy and Dash out there. Nerdy picking up lead.
Smash, knocked out. Was able to stay in bounds there and finish that initial pass.
Team Ontario not wanting to give up any points to the NF Bombs. Call that off with just 1.
This is M-Ski Hammer now, jamming up against Kilohertz.
Emsky trying to hold on to that outside line, but getting dragged way back. by 92, which is Code Blue.
Code Blue. Oh, Hemsky took a cut there. Last time I saw Hemsky play, I was announcing with Itsy Bitsy Slayer, which is one of the juniors that Hemsky coaches up in Edmonton.
Okay.
Hertz is taking the star off and does successfully pass it off to Code Blue. Oh, sorry, that's
Halloween 3 is now your jammer of record, which means this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Killerella dragging the jammer back, leading them into that tripod for NF bombs. Emsky getting through.
Excellent track awareness, though, there. Even though they got knocked out, they knew they could carry on. No pass, no point.
Emsky making quick work of that pack. Halloween 3 being dragged way back with Keller.
Halloween, Season of the Witch.
Emsky through again on the outside. Halloween finally able to take some offense on the inside, get through.
Little hop past. Bombs are able to eat into some of that Team Ontario lead. How many games you skating in this weekend, Belle?
Well, if you count the Team Canada tryout scrimmage yesterday, 7.
7.
7 games for me this weekend, yes. I'm only 2 in. I'm already sore.
You need to have like Toronto where they don't play tomorrow. Get a whole day off between.
I only play 1 game tomorrow. Have a bit of a break, but yes. I'm doing all the things this weekend. I'm playing. I actually coached last night. Now I'm announcing. So.
How were the Team Canada tryouts? Were they hard? How many people showed up?
I think it was 62 or 63
that's
showed
good.
up for tryouts, which was excellent. It was very full in here. A lot of really good skaters come out. Very talented skaters, really smart derby players.
Lots from Western Canada. Were there any from Eastern Canada that were here?
There was a fair number of Western Canada. We had a few came from Ontario. Probably couldn't make
They were already coming for here, so.
Well, I don't think they could make maybe the East
one in Ontario,
tryout. And we even had some international. We had someone come from France. We had some from down in the States that came up to tryout.
Oh.
So, yeah. We got V out there for Team Ontario, and Joe means Joe for the NF bombs. And Joe picks up lead.
Just gets past Nat attack there. Joe comes around.
Joe sticking her butt out. Picking up 2.
Squeeze those hips between the two skaters, score 2 points, and call the jam. Doesn't matter how you get the points as long as you get them. And ideally, you want more points than the other jammer. This one's going to be smash and dash against Valkyrie. Valkyrie was a Team Canada junior, were they not?
Yes. Yeah, Val actually played L, and Val picking up a lead quickly on that outside. Val did play with Team Canada Juniors in the open division this summer in France. And you can see why. Some great skating ability.
Telling the bench, I'm going to keep going. Smash and dash, trying to smash and dash their way through. Oh, Rene almost caught a bit of Valkyrie, but not enough.
I think Valkyrie wanted to run that and see what would happen. Dash was able to get through, pick up 4 points.
If you're here with the kids and the kids are like, I want to play this roller derby, and you're from Calgary, you can sign up for some more information there at the Calgary Roller Derby booth. We take skaters from ages 6 to 17 for the junior program.
Beef Papa fighting up at the front, now against Killerella. Dame Tamer taking a penalty and being sent to the penalty box.
Killerella was doing some excellent defense there, excellent tabletop, holding Beef back as much as possible.
Killerella actually was one of Valkyrie's teammates on Team Canada this past summer.
There's a few, because isn't Rene was also a teammate?
Yes, Rennie, and as was Guts, who is on the bench coaching for this game. Beef Papa able to push eventually through Buns and Ella. Ella taking the star pass. Got a few bodies hitting the floor here. If you haven't been on this floor yet, it is pretty slippery.
I was looking at on Facebook there, and apparently Chris My Ass wears the same wheels regardless of the floor.
There are some jammers that are like that. There's some players that just never change the wheels, and then there's others that have 20 pair.
Bench yelling for them to call it. They call that jam. 15. Just over half done this first half. Ontario's jumped out to a 24-point lead. It is still a close game. Nerdy Birdie going to be jamming for Team Ontario. Joe Means Joe going for the bombs. And Birdie gets lead jam status.
Nerdy back in on a scoring pass. Gets forced out.
Was able to score one before they called that jam. The rest of the skaters they passed, they were out of bounds when they passed them, so they don't count for points. Kilohertz going up against Smash and Dash. Smash and Dash running into Nat Attack, trying to get through.
Cake's doing a great job bridging those packs.
Smash and Dash with a bit of a swim move. That'll be
and taking a high block, yes. All right, Kilohertz finally picking up lead almost 40 seconds into that jam.
Bam's taking a penalty as well. What's Bam going for?
Looks like the pivot,
Ontario
that
bench.
attack for Team Ontario will also be going to sit in the box.
Bam took a penalty, but it's not. Oh, there it is. There you go. What's a P?
B picking up lead real quick.
Smash and dash starting this jam in the box. Takes the star off. Gets through.
Team Ontario doing a good job of clearing that inside line.
Super fast 4 points there for V. V tried to stay in. Sneaks in past Killarella. Oh, directional penalty there to Dame.
V, 12 points now in this jam.
Couple more points and they got the. Well,
V bust through.
That's now the highest scoring jam of the game so far at 16.
16.
Runs through the tripod, just makes easy work of that tripod and scores 4 more. And the jam ends. Smash and Dash did pick up 4 before that got called off. 21 for V. Looks like I think we might have an official review. I see captains and coaches in there, so I'm going to assume it's an official review. Cupcake. Cupcake.
All right, it looks like we do not, I wasn't paying attention, so I guess there is not a microphone in the middle, so we have a volunteer who is going to go listen in on what the...
Illegal contact on the white jammer. So, so the Bombs are looking for an illegal contact call on the Team Ontario jammer on that last jam.
I think it would be actually on the Bombs jammer.
No, white jammer. The white jammer. Ontario's in white.
They're looking for illegal contact on the white jammer. That would be advantage.
To the.
Oh, they're saying.
Bombs called it. Bombs called it. Sorry for the confusion. So the Bombs have called for a call to see if the white jammer made illegal contact. There we go. It's yeah, not illegal contact on them.
Words. It's words. Words are hard.
English is hard.
So it is illegal contact by the jammer, not on the jammer. So I don't know if that's an out of play situation or a no pack. We'll have to see. All right, I'm going to say that that was not successful. I do not see a power jam.
I don't see a jammer heading to the box.
Oh, Kurt Sogood is going to tell us what's happening.
They were looking for a illegal contact for the jammer initiating a hit during the no-pack situation. On review, the contact did not have enough metric or impact for the.
Thank you. All right, so it was deemed that the impact that was made did not have, I guess it was not enough impact for there to be a penalty assessed. So that means the NF Bombs will not retain their review for this half. And that's going to bring up...
Joe means Joe against Valkyrie.
Valkyrie giving a little bump
Oh,
on the...
Rene, solid work there, knocking Valkyrie out.
Another teammate, Rennie, knocking Val out. I tell you, these aged-up juniors are something to see.
Joe gets through, scores 4 and calls it. Oh, and they're going to be starting on a power jam. As it looks like Valkyrie took a penalty there too. Shrimp, Show, and Joe. Yeah, I was telling you to keep going.
I believe that is the first jammer penalty Team Ontario has taken.
So Emsky Hammer will be jamming for the Bombs. Valkyrie starting in the box.
The Bombs trying to create some offense there.
Just gets past.
Emsky gets through, but great penalty kill by Team Ontario.
Excellent work there by Hammer using the back of Cake's jersey for a little bit of a whip. You can do that off your own players. You can't do it off the opposing team. Valkyrie trying to eat the baby. Caught Hammer, knocked him out, but went out as well. Hammer just didn't want to skate back and called it off. It happens. Smash and dash going to go against Kilohertz. Oh, who's that going to the box? 505. And that would be Sari, not sorry. Dame
trying to hold back Beef Papa, who does get through. Dash not far behind.
Sometimes you guys got to hold him up enough to force him to call the jam off. Come back around. Ooh. Smash and dash, taking advantage of the bodies falling to try and sneak through the outside.
Looks like Dash may have taken a hit to the upper body there.
They're looking okay.
And there's a power jam now. The Kilohertz has taken a cut track.
That means we're skating for the full 2. 7 minutes left. We got 42 points separating these teams.
Oh, it looks like Dame is also going to be heading to the penalty box. Dash is through, picking up 4 points. Hertz coming in hot on the side, that surfing move, able to bust through for 4.
And that was actually Beef Papa was the jammer. That was Beef Papa. But you know, it was Beef Papa that was jamming. On the screen it said Kill on the screen, but it was Beef Papa. I just saw him come around. I mean, it is the difference between 1-0, 1-0-0, 1-0-0-0. This will be Nerdy Birdie jamming for Ontario. Joe means Joe for the Bombs.
All right, and that will be a power jam for the Bombs, yeah. Ryder's block, getting a piece of Joe, knocking her out.
Nope. Crit so good, got hit by the phantom blocker. The only person that can hit a ref.
Bombs
Joe.
creating a pack in the back.
And Joe comes back up on the pack. One last skater get through, does. Scores at 4. That's
All
Zach
right.
there.
Nerdy Birdie taking the star off, does finally get through.
Joe gets through, calls it, scored 12 on that jam.
That is highest scoring jam the Bombs have had this half.
Brought in 26 points now separating the two teams. Oh, repeat. You're just talking about repeat, not jamming. They're not jamming.
I was wondering where repeat is.
Jamming against Kilohertz.
And repeat picking up lead on the inside. Kilohertz still caught up trying to get past that really strong young wall of blockers by the NF Bombs. Those aged up juniors again.
Dances around that outside. Scores 4. We have a star pass now, and that is, where is it? Nat Attack is now your jammer for Ontario. Repeat. Looks to the bench. Looked like they were going to call it, but didn't. And repeat calls that jam off. Was able to sneak another 3 points in there. Reduces that lead to only 19, 77 to 96.
It's gonna bring out Emsky Hammer going up against.
I think I'm gonna say that's V or V. It's V.
It's B. It's B.
Yeah.
Emsky.
They kind of look like Shorty out there. That's why, like they're
Yes.
they're a little shorter.
Oh, V running right into Killerella. Quick call off, picking up 2 points.
2 points. Call it.
We're going to have less than 2 minutes left in this first half.
This will be Valkyrie now going up against. I believe that is Joe Means Joe. I think I saw the C on there.
Oh, and well, there's been a whistle. I'm not sure if it's a timeout.
Looks like it's an official timeout. The officials are heading over
There you
to
go.
the scorekeeper.
I was looking for the OTO signal, but I'm not really seeing it, so that's why I was wondering.
There's been some signaling stuff. What is this? Oh, official sorted everything out. Got everything ready.
Believe that is Val out there again for Team Ontario. And Joe for NF Bombs.
Oh, Cakes gives the Valkyrie a little bit of a pop. Valkyrie just has to get past Cakes, and does. Joe takes off the star. Wide open lane on there on the outside.
Valkyrie running right into their own blocker.
Valkyrie looks. signals and then calls off that jam.
Valkyrie doing a good time of time management on that one. Trying to use up as much of the clock as possible and still call it off before Joe gets in to score any points.
This is Beef Papa now jamming again for Team Ontario.
Emsky Hammer pushing in the back there for the NF Bombs.
Emsky Hammer pushing on their pack. Solid work there by Code Blue. Killer Ella able to slow down. Who's that? 31. That's so Halloween.
Oh, and Emsky able to steal a few points there.
Ducks and dodges through there. Able to steal one more point at the end. We are at halftime.
All right, just about back after halftime here with NF Bombs versus Team Ontario. Little recap about our jams. Ontario running a 5-jammer rotation. Valkyrie, 16 points. Beef Papa, 41 points. Nerdy Birdie picking up 4 points. V, a whopping 27 points in that first half as well. And Kilohertz also with 16 points. For the NF Bombs, Joe Means Joe has picked up 26 points. Smash and Dash 16, Emsky 21, and Repeat 11. We've got Joe Means Joe getting caught up with the other jammer out there. That's Nerdy Birdie. Nerdy Birdie jumping around the inside, picks up lead. Killer Ella now with the helmet cover for the NF Bombs. Killer Ella, final spin on the inside, picks I guess finishes the initial pass. And Nerdy Birdie will call that off, picking up 3. That is the second star pass, I believe, that Killer Ella has taken in this game. Kilohertz out there. And Smash and Dash. Some help from Cakes, and Dash picks up lead. Kilohertz still caught in the pack. Bombs doing a good job of holding up Kilohertz, but after dropping 2 blockers to the penalty box, Hertz will get through. Dash calling that one off after picking up 4 points. All right, that's going to bring V up, and V is picking up lead. Emsky also doing a great job hanging on, using edges on the inside.
Quick 4 points. Calls it off.
Emsky able to pick up 1 point.
I'm the captain now. Valkyrie going to be going up against Repeat.
Valkyrie muscling through the inside. Repeat hoping to have a little help from Bear, but Bear heads back.
Valkyrie jumps through the pack there.
Some really fast footwork by Val to not get tripped up on that outside line.
Valkyrie goes through the outside there. Repeat looks like they did successfully pass. Well, they did successfully pass off that started Dame. Dame Tamer, a little spin on the inside.
Val's going to call that off after picking up 16 points. That's going to bring Team Ontario's score to 127, NF Bombs 83.
44 points separating these two teams, 25 minutes left. Beef Papa going to be jamming against Joe Means Joe.
Beef Papa getting a little caught up on their pivot, but doesn't hold them back long, picking up a lead.
Beef Papa, bench yelling for them to call it. They do call it. Luckily, they were able to prevent Joe from scoring any points. Did pick up 4 of their own. Emsky Hammer going to be jamming now for the Bombs. And that is Nerdy Birdie.
Oh, and Nerdy's almost out on the outside, but can't quite hold the line, giving Emsky a chance to get lead. And that's going to be a
Birdie
power jam.
Power jam. Power jam. I think that was a back block there on Nerdy Birdie.
Ontario doing a good job of killing this power jam. Emsky holding on though and gets through on that inside, scoring 4 points for the Bombs.
Ooh. You can pick something up off of the floor here, but at home it's like, yeah, hard pass. Are we?
Nerdy Birdie able to sneak through.
Oh, where's Dev?
It's like the helmet cover actually also allowing Joe time to get out.
V gets called for a cut.
All right, that's going to be a power jam.
That means the full 2 minutes as well, as V was the lead jammer. And Joe dances around the outside. And just gets past redheaded for trouble.
All right. All right, if you haven't been able to see what was going on, I'm not sure, the feed was frozen. Smash and Dash had a huge jam, the previous jam, and now Joe is out there on a power jam for the NF bombs.
Nope, V's back. And through already. Joe tried to line up V.
V running into a really strong wall of NF bombs there. That's
Joe.
Killerella and Bam in the back. Cakes dragging V all the way back. Joe at the front. And an illegal contact call. Joe gets through, picking up 4 more points.
And we got an official review here. Cupcake.
So that was a 16-6 jam in favor of the NF bombs. Only a 17-point game now with 18 minutes left to go.
Jam 8. Jam 8. So Jam 8 penalties, number 14, Cakes took one. Jammer penalty? Right there, 2-7, cut. Would that be the cut on... Oh.
Well, we're waiting for the official review to finish.
Yeah, I saw a penalty pop up here.
While we're waiting for this, just a reminder that we have lots of vendors out in the back here. So if you want to go check out Bad Girlfriend Skates or Nerd, we also have the merch table back there. I think there's probably like Team Ontario, maybe bomb stuff there right now. I know Team Alberta will have things there later.
Right now, it's Team Toronto's got their swag up there right now.
Is it Team Toronto? All right.
MyoLab will be here eventually. There is a sign-up sheet. You can sign up for a 10-minute massage for $15. Running a little bit behind.
I just realized that it's only 2:20 in the afternoon. Ooh, Squid's gonna come tell us what happened. All right, so the Team Ontario was looking to have the cut call on V removed. They argued that they did not cut. However, the information said that they cut 2 of their own players, not the actual person that played them out. So they will lose that official review. And Derby will continue.
And that penalty on them stands as well.
Well, yes.
They'd already hoping to get one removed.
Well, they'd already served the penalty, so.
Well, you're hoping to get one removed.
Yeah. All right. Repeat out there against Bell. Again, a really small pack. Repeat picking up lead.
Repeat. Oh, almost got through.
Both teams doing a good job recycling the jammers back.
Valkyrie scores 4.
All right, and I think we're going to call that one off at a 4-4. Did you notice that both teams have the same numbers in their score? They're just like switched a little.
Reversed.
There's a 4, there's a 2, and there's a 1 in both scores. I know my numbers.
And there's only 18 points separating these teams.
I know. Team Ontario's number is bigger, but
just a little bit. That's easily erasable by one jam.
that it is. And let's see if Beef Papa or Emsky Hammer can do it.
Beef Papa scores lead jam status.
Halloween, a big hit on Emsky, but doesn't get them through. Oh, Emsky cuts through. Well, Beef Papa is still hung up.
Calls it now.
That'll be another 4-4 jam. NF Bombs will want to do something a little different than this because they're not going to catch up if they just keep matching points.
NF Bombs' next game will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. taking on the Redneck Betties.
It's a very difficult game for me, Ash. You know why?
Why is that?
I play for both teams. I play for both teams, but this weekend I am a Redneck Betty, so I will be playing against my bomb mates. Oh, Cake, Spam, Killerella, and Buns doing fantastic job up there trying.
Hold a Nerdy Birdie up. Birdie gets through, calls off that jam, scores 4. Increases that lead to 22 points. Just under 15 minutes.
Still lots of time left in this game.
Even the last game there was like, it was kind of like that, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, next you know it's tied, and Team Ontario is calling a timeout. Joe means Joe will be the jammer for the Bombs, and Killer Hertz will be for Ontario.
We just looking through some of the stats here. We've had a few big jams here, more so for the NF Bombs in the second half. Although, yeah, the Team Ontario had 15 and a 21-point jam in that first half. The NF Bombs had a 14 and a 16-point jam back-to-back.
Yeah. I don't, do you recall what the score was at halftime? I totally didn't write it down.
Oh, I didn't actually, I could add it up. I have everyone's individual points here. I did not actually write down what they got at halftime. Joe and Valkyrie out there. Joe only with 2 to beat at the front.
Only has 2 blockers to get through.
Joe using her superpower, which is, I think it's donut power. Joe loves her some donuts.
Joe spins around, gets past a couple, and that subtle hip tap that Joe does to call off a jam.
I know, there's so much energy going into the jamming, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, Don,
it's like,
I'm done. Little tap.
This will be repeat again now going up against V. $19 points. V. Oh.
Yeah. It's the first time V and repeat have gone up against one another, I believe.
Who was that for the Bombs? Was that Toast and Jam? Kind of lost a wheel there, and then V was able to get past. V looked like they were going to call it.
All right, we got a few. Oh, it looks like Dame will be heading back to the box again.
That should be about 4. 4. Oh, 5. There's still lots of time left.
Little fist bump between Jammers and Kilohertz and Smash and Dash.
It's Kilohertz. Just had to get past Killer L and does. Smash and dash. We see the smash, we need the dash, and there it is. Right through as Weck falls. Opens up that hole.
All right, I think it looks like
Kilohertz calls
Kilohertz
that.
picked up 3 points on that one. Didn't get everyone's point.
Joe's back out there for the Bombs. Beef Papa for Ontario.
The helmet cover came off. Cakes, Keller, and Rennie fighting up at the front.
Solid D.
Oh, Beef Papa
Got a
taking
forearm.
a forearm.
Puts Joe on a power jam. And Joe does score lead jam status.
And looks like Joe decided to call that one off and let someone else reset. That was quite the fight to get through. So that means the NF Bombs will start with a power start.
And we got the Bombs calling a timeout.
I think that's a good time to call a timeout. Make sure everyone has caught their breath, rested, send out a strong line maybe right now.
Ten and a half minutes left in this game. 30 points separating these two teams.
Huge thank you going out to all our volunteers for this weekend. 3 days of Derby take a lot of man hours to put this together. So thank you very much to our skating officials, our non-skating officials, our medics, our track personnel, and everyone else that has volunteered countless hours to make Flat Track Fever once again be one of the best events in Western Canada.
Repeat going to be starting this jam for the Bombs. That's Beef Papa starting in the box for Team Ontario.
All right, they're trying to set up some offense for repeat.
Pack is moving pretty quick.
Repeat does pick up lead.
Scores lead jam status. Now just needs to start putting up points. Bench telling him to keep going. Ryder's block got knocked down there. Repeat, cycling back. Calls that jam before Beef Papa can score any points.
I think that was 3 more for repeat. Nope, 4.
A total of 7.
Oh, it was 3.
Was 4 for the first jam and then 3 for the second.
Well, they added 4,
pass.
and then they took 1 off.
Ah.
So it was 8, and then it went back to 7. So that is 0-7 for repeat.
23 points now. Valkyrie going to be jamming against Smash and Dash. Valkyrie almost got through on the inside, but couldn't. Toasted Jam caught enough.
Oh, and Dash picks up lead.
Calling for some offense. And calls that jam. He's
Picking
able
up.
to put up 3. Only 20 points now separating them. I think they were kind of half past that last skater.
All right, we're back to a 20-point game with 7 minutes and 42 seconds.
And Joe means Joe going up against V. V quickly through the outside there. Joe just had one more skater to get past. There's a low block there on Code Blue.
All right,
Got
Joe
their
being
leg
safe,
threw up.
heading back.
V calls that jam off as their bench coach is telling him it's a power jam.
I don't think it was a power jam. I believe Joe was just going back because they were unsure if they were in a cut position or not, and they were trying to fix that possibility. There is no jammer in the penalty box.
Yeah, no.
I do think I think they maybe got confused as to where. Think they were confused as to where exactly Joe was in her passes.
Pardon? Oh yeah. So now I gotta figure out what's going on.
Well, Valkyrie was in
So
a big.
V will take
Yep.
a penalty here. V has to sit off for a delay a game.
Yes, because V is the captain. So
'Cause V is the
captain will take a delay a game penalty. Actually, I wonder if Val knew that Val could have actually come on the track in front of the pivot
And
line
just taking a no.
and then actually skate around.
Yep.
That's actually what Valkyrie could have done.
They should just hit
Yeah.
the track as quickly as possible.
So
It happens.
that's right. You have to field a jammer. They changed that rule a few years ago. They used to make you just play for 2 minutes without one. Now it's a delay a game, and they reset.
This will be repeat going for the Bombs. 24 points separating the two teams. Repeat.
Oh, and Valkyrie able to still pick up lead.
3 blockers for Ontario in the box.
Repeat jump in the apex and V at the same time. V will now head to the penalty box to serve their penalty. And they're going to call that off.
So because V got assessed the penalty for the delayed game, but there are already 2 skaters sitting for Ontario, V got to come onto the track and had to wait till the box was empty, or had a spare seat for them to sit down before they could start their penalty.
That's right.
That's why if you see at the penalty box they were holding up that number, that was letting them know that they had to come off, and the refs know.
All right, Nerdy Birdie pulling Dash all the way back, trying to kill that penalty. Was able to kill one of the penalties there. It worked out. Nerdy Birdie able to pick up a lead.
Solid D there by Code Blue. And that attack. Oh. Dame Tamer took a penalty there.
All right, looks like we got a few more. The box is pretty full once again. So we've got 3-on-2 pack advantage going to Team Ontario.
Joe means Joe going up against Kilohertz.
Kilohertz picking up a lead. Can see the slippery floor and some tired legs after Team Canada tryouts yesterday starting to take effect a little bit in this game.
And the Team Canada tryouts were on the same floor, weren't they?
Oh yeah, they were on this floor. But I think we were on skates for 6 hours yesterday.
But I heard the other track is worse. The one that when we had both yesterday.
It depends on the year. I find it depends on the year. There was one year I remember this side was way worse than the other side. And then other years, the other side was like, I remember one of the first times I came, this was really bad here. And it was the other side that was better, so.
So we repeat against Beef Papa. There's only 3 minutes left.
That's right. I'm going to stop writing down stats. I'm just going to enjoy a good game. Oh, and Bear thought that they had a cut, but Beef Papa hanging onto that rope, able to stay in and pick up lead. Cakes with a big hit. Beef Papa spinning out, but does pick up 3 points.
Not the wind knocked out of him, but they did call that jam off. Looks like the Bombs are calling a timeout.
I don't know if everyone at home can see, but the Bombs head coach Vic Vega has a lovely shirt on today to match his teammates. It is purple with blue and yellow and pink, and I don't even know how many other colors in it. It's an amazing 1990s, like Miami Vice type shirt. He just needs like wraparound sunglasses.
Styling.
Sorry, not sorry. And red-headed for trouble. standing with V, discussing what they're going to do at the start of this jam, as we only have 2.5 minutes left. Vic Vega talking to his line out there. It's like Buns, Killerella. We've got Dash jamming. And we've got a blocker apiece in the penalty box. Oh, V trying to dip below Pay the Pain, but Pay is wise to V's moves.
Buns took a forearm penalty. Smash and dash. Killerella.
Oh, big
awesome
hit on
work.
Killerella. But Dash has picked up lead jam. Dash sneaks on in there, I believe, picks up,
2 points.
No. They're saying 0?
2 for
Oh, 2 there, 2.
2 for Dash. 0 for V. I was talking to Squid, and I think you have to pass everyone before you score penalty box time. I think you have to pass the whole pack before you can score penalty box. One skater? Oh.
Yeah. Valkyrie out there against Joe Means Joe. Valkyrie picking up lead.
And Joe Means Joe almost through and gets caught by Zweck. Valkyrie being held up there by Dame.
Rennie knocking Val down. And Valkyrie will call that one off. There is time for one more jam.
Oh, looks like the Bombs are going to call for an official review.
They're going to use their official review as a
timeout.
timeout. Yes, that is an option.
This is just they're using it as a timeout.
Hi.
They got to have someone somewhere. It's one of those things you don't know what they're going to be like, right? Because you don't see any footage really of Team Ontario.
Is a lot like Chinook, right?
Yeah.
Like in size wise and try to limit others.
Yeah.
All right, repeat out there against Beef Papa, our last jam of this game.
Potentially. There's a chance someone could call it right away.
Bombs doing a great job falling and getting back up, staying in their strong tripod. Offense coming to help Beef Papa out, picking up lead.
Looks at the clock and calls that jam.
It looks like they're just going to check scores, but our final score looks like it's going to be 181 for Team Ontario, 147 for the NF Bombs. Here in our third game of the 2024 Flat Track Fever on day 1.